Yeah, we just got here just a couple hours ago. It was a long drive from Switzerland, but just still really happy to be here.
Yeah? Have you had a chance to explore the city a little bit, some sightseeing?
Yeah, we walked around a little bit and saw the church over here.
Okay.
Very old and beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just like walking around and not getting hit by bicycles.
There's a lot of bicycles here,
A lot
isn't
of yes, beware the ding.
it? Yeah. So last year you released the album Southern Air. How's it been received so far?
It's been amazing. This is the first time in Yellowcard's career where we put out a record and our fans and like journalists and critics and whatever have also said that it's pretty good music.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of that is credited. We spent all of 2011 on the road, and with When You're Through Thinking, Say Yes. We went right in the studio because we wanted to do the Warped Tour last summer with All Time Low and Newfound Glory.
How's that?
It was amazing. So it's just been a great run for Yellowcard, and Southern Air came out sort of at the end of the summer, and we're just sort of still enjoying touring on that, and fans are singing, and we just couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, I've heard it was called the best album of the year by All Press.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Do you agree with that? Do you think it was the best album of 2012?
I think it was flattering. I think I'm just a big fan of Nate he was in the format, now he sings for fun.
Yeah.
And I think obviously with their Grammy success and their millions and millions of records and songs, I think that Some Nights was the best record last year.
Yeah.
It's still very nice that someone's group of people somewhere thinks that Yellowcard had a good release.
Yeah, of course. I heard you were really inspired running this record. Where did this inspiration come from?
Well, we spent most of the year in 2011, touring with Yellowcard in 32 different countries, and we didn't know if it was going to be sort of like a reunion tour, and if it was just going to feel like it would taper off, and instead it kind of felt like a crescendo into more, Yellowcard touring and all that excitement. Like all of us together, we're just in the studio, and we're just excited to sort of have more like of a direction instead of just kind of like a reunion type feel. And I think all that excitement, kind of came together in Southern Air, and I think you can hear that. Hopefully you can hear that. That was the idea.
Oh, that's awesome. Were there any bands that inspired you on this album?
Well, we spent a lot of time with some younger bands like All Time Low, and just to see how they work. They kind of came in just as we took a brief hiatus, and they're great guys and they're young and they have similar musical tastes and interests. Like they listen to pop music and heavier music, but they also have the same sort of lineage of Fall Out Boy and No Use for a Name and other bands like that. So there's a lot of similarities. So just to see younger bands doing it, it's kind of how we did it, and still being charming guys, I think that was inspiring too. It's like, people are still working really hard. So it was great to be out with them.
Do you think that during your hiatus, the musical scene in which you were operating changed?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's a scene anymore. I think, there's like an idea where people, just enjoy music. You know what I mean? And I think after maybe 2000 or so, all the sort of the new school punk rock music that was touring together that we idolized kind of dissipated. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So after that, it was just a lot of other bands that got in bands and worked hard and things like that. And I think right now you're experiencing all different types of sounds.
Yeah. Do you think it's a bad thing that disappeared?
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's just how change happens. The way that fans are listening to music, on the internet with Spotify and RDO and things like that, as opposed to buying actual physical CD sales. At least that's the way in the United States. I still get a sense of that a little bit in Europe and in the UK. But I think fans over here are a little bit more loyal than the fans in the United States.
Oh, okay.
So I find that, when we come back over here, because we're a long way from home, that it's a little bit more loyal. But I do...
What makes you think it's more loyal?
I don't know. It could be the distance in between the times that we get to come back because it is so expensive for us to get across the Atlantic and plan a whole tour and get multiple cities and multiple countries sort of coordinated for Yellowcard to tour. But also in the United States, there's so many bands and there's so much music that is traveling, and it's really hard for if I was a younger listener and I had $20 and I had to choose between 5 or 6 shows, how do you get them to go to a Yellowcard show? So it's really saturated in the States, and I imagine there's a lot of American bands over here all the time.
But we don't really have like a big scene here because there's not a lot of like Dutch bands that like perform all the time. It's not as it is in like America. Like, you have like tons of bands playing every day. So it's really nice for us to like have American bands coming over here, and then that's maybe why we're more loyal than like the American fans.
Well, either way, we appreciate it.
Because you sold out this venue. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, have you sold out a lot of gigs on this tour?
It's been close and not so close. Like we worked really hard for the past couple years in Russia, and so those couple of those shows were really good. Germany was where like our old record label was from Germany, so we always have great shows in Germany. And Italy was, I think there's a sort of a center for hopeless records in Italy. And so the show in Rome a couple days ago we had no idea what it was going to be like. It wasn't sold out, but it felt like there were 3 times as many people there. It was unbelievable.
Wow. What's been your favorite show so far on this tour?
Probably Rome. Yeah, just the enthusiasm, and this has been a really hard tour for Yellowcard. Like my singer's been sick a couple times, and when he's like the voice of the band, it's difficult, and when he gets sick, everyone else kind of gets sick after it. So we've been out since January 8th, and it's now almost March, and so it's been a long time, and but I think things are turning up for us. I think being here in the Netherlands is definitely
being in this cold is not going to help his being sick.
It's warm. It was like we were in Canada when he got sick. It was like 30 below Celsius.
Oh yeah.
So if it's like 1 or 2 today, like it's still 30 degrees hotter than what we're used to.
Well, so it's easy to catch a cold when you're constantly on tour and constantly busy and
you're shaking
hands all the time.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So where are you going after the show?
So this is sort of the end. We have 2 shows we tacked on the end, but the end of the European shows we're going to the UK for the next 10 days, and then we play Belgium and Paris.
Okay.
Like sort of just tack those on at the end. We're like, wait, what about us? So and then we're going home. We have a couple weeks off.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna relax. I live, like I said earlier, I live in Seattle, a little further away, but I live in the mountains and it's nice and quiet. So, well, I mean, there's still highways and I can drive everywhere, but it's really nice. At night you look up when it's not cloudy or raining and you see like every single star.
How's the weather there?
It's pretty nice. Right now, I think it's better than it is here because there's so many lakes in Seattle. It doesn't get too cold. And even though I'm in the mountain, it gets a little windy, but I'll maybe have just a little bit of snow, but it's still really nice.
Okay. Well, there was one more subject I wanted to talk about. It was in the song you have "Here I Am Alive." You say like, if I can tell the kid I was before, you will have everything you ever wanted, but you still want more. Are you satisfied with the things you have right now?
Oh, absolutely. I think being in Yellowcard, and I mean I can't speak for Ryan. I think that when you are at the end of the world and you just want it to keep going. But for me, like as a violin player, being in Yellowcard, seeing the things that I've seen and being able to go from Russia to the Ukraine and Istanbul to the Netherlands and play music and have so many fans like listen to our songs, like it's honestly a dream come true. I mean there's a sense of pride, but it's more like I can't believe that I'm so lucky. And so for me every day is a gift, and I just enjoy seeing the things that I never thought I'd get to see.
No, you never expected that you were going to be like this big musician?
Oh no, I thought before I dropped out of college, I was a major in international business, and
that's a completely different thing.
I thought I would teach violin lessons for fun, but here I am, with my friends that I met almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We still play music together.
Do you have any advice for kids that would like to achieve something like you did?
Yeah, I mean,
to like go for it. Or something?
Of course, you always take the risky jump, and don't be afraid. But at the same time, you have to be original, and you have to work really hard. So it's a lot of hard work. But if you have faith, like I feel like if you take that jump, that you'll land somewhere good.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for your time.